compliment for her because she's leaving such big shoes to fill.
I think you'd be a great lead floor director. What is it like having your dad as a teacher?
Having my dad as a teacher is kind of weird, but it's like a good weird. He's great. It's a great environment to be in, always having someone there, and he makes it's just a great class. I have him for TV2 this year, and I'll have him for TV3 next year. He just makes class so much better.
I got used to it pretty fast, if I'm being completely honest. I had him for TV1, TV2, TV3, and before, like I said, I was there doing broadcasting and the play-by-play for all the sports, so I was introduced early, and people started to know me as I was the son of him, so I got used to it. And it was weird at first, but it took time.
Thank you guys for joining us, Zach and Emily. I'm going to now send it over to Cam with another special guest.
Thanks, Carolyn. Joining me now is Officer Timothy Hanna, the Supervisor of School District Police. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you.
After previously serving the City of McKeesport Police Department for over 25 years, what made you want to become the Supervisor of District Police at Plumber?
McKeesport was my hometown. I'd worked there for 25 years, and I wanted to look for another challenge that was going to still be in the police field. And when the school police started, I know they started at Gateway and other places in the area. It was something that I felt that it would be a very rewarding job and something that would motivate you. So rather than looking to move on to another regular police department like a municipal police department, the school end of it really interested me.
Since leaving McKeesport, what was your favorite part about being on the police force?
Being on McKeesport's police department, I think the fact that it was my hometown, I grew up there, and I managed to go through the department. I was a patrol officer, I was a sergeant, I was a lieutenant, I was a captain. I got to see pretty much all the aspects, both with investigations and with patrol. So when you're able to do it, again, I know I'm going to keep saying this, but in your hometown where you grew up, you know a lot of the people, you know the good guys, you know the bad guys, and it helps a lot, and you go home and you live in that community, and you take a lot of pride in it. So,
what would you say to someone who wants to become a police officer?
It's challenging, and it's a lot more challenging for an officer that wants to start out today as opposed to when I started off in 1993. The relationship between police and community right now is very fractured, to say the least. So that's on the police officers to fix. We have a duty to make sure that people have faith in us, that we're acting ethically, and it's going to be a slow process to get it back where it was. That's tough for an experienced officer to do. These officers that are just starting out now, that have no experience, I can't imagine how challenging that's going to be. So,
School safety is your number one priority. What is the Plumber School District doing to become one of the leaders in keeping its students safe?
Here's the way I would answer that question is, I don't want to give specifics on what we're doing because I don't want to show our playbook, so to speak. You folks here are aware of some of the things that we do, but the best way that I could put it is Dr. Walsh, who's the Safety and Security Director, he's also the Deputy Superintendent. Him and I go to several trainings. We go to several national trainings. We go to seminars. We do online stuff. And I can assure everybody here that the best practice standards on what they're recommending we do during certain drills, during certain access to the building, fire drills, all that stuff that we do. We're doing what is the best practice standard, and we've even gone steps beyond that, to where I've shared at seminars some of the things we're doing differently than what other places are doing, and it's very well received, and they're starting to do what we're doing. So I know when other places start emulating us, we're doing well, Does that mean something still can't happen? Absolutely not, but I'm confident with what we're doing.
Lastly, to finish up our interview, what is your favorite holiday song?
I would say Little Drummer Boy, but only the version Bob Seger does. I don't like the other ones.
Supervisor Timothy Hanna, thank you for being a part of our telethon. Happy holidays to you and your family.
Same to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Now over to Tristan with our next guest.
Thanks, Cam. With me today, I have former 2019 host Delaney Marzina. Thanks for coming. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So, Delaney, you were a host 2 years ago. What was the preparation like for this position?
Well, there's a lot of preparation going into this, I'm sure, as you know. You have the 5-hour-long host meeting that you have to do after school, and that's where you write the script. And then the whole week leading up to the telethon, it's just practice after practice, and you got to be quick on your feet because you'll change your questions often. So it's a lot of work, but it pays off.
Yeah. So you start UPMC School of Nursing in January. What inspired you to go into this field?
I always knew that I wanted to work with kids, and I love helping people out and everything. I actually started off at Slippery Rock going for special education, and 2 weeks in to being actually in school, I was diagnosed with cancer. So I was in the hospital often, and I saw the work that all the nurses did and how they helped kids and how they, just put you at ease and everything, and I really wanted to do that, so I'm doing it.
So what has Mr. Burat taught you throughout high school?
Wow. He's taught me so much. He has been a huge mentor in my life. He really has just, been one of the best teachers I've ever had, one of the best teachers I've ever had. He's always been there for me. Every time I need help, he always is the first person I can ask. He gives me the truth no matter if I want to hear it or not, and he tells me when I'm right and when I'm wrong. So he's just been, one of my friends. I can consider him.
Yeah, definitely. Same here. All right, final question. What is your favorite holiday song?
Probably Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Any reason why?
Just like it.
Just a classic?
Just a classic.
All right. Well, thank you for spending your day with us, Delaney. I hope you have a happy and safe holiday. Now let's send it over to Parker with our next interview.
Thank you, Tristan. Joining me now are the National Honor Society offers Cam Moss, Alexis DiNapoli, Haley Drapko, and Mara Marston. How are you all doing today?
We're doing good, Parker. Thanks.
Thank you, Cam. So, Cam, let's go to you first. As the president, how do you manage everyone in NHS and keep them in check to be able to run NHS as well as you do?
NHS, we have a good group of officers here. NHS is comprised of the best students, basically. We have very intelligent students in our club. So running it really isn't a big deal because, we have a lot of students who are willing to try to help us. I give credit to the Easter. They do a really good job at running everything, and, of course, I help. But yeah, we really have a lot of good kids who are willing to help any way they can.
Awesome. So, Alexis, as the vice president, how are you able to manage all your duties with NHS as well as different high school work like homework, the college application, maybe even work?
Well, throughout my years of high school, I've learned how to manage my time and take everything, one step at a time. And also keeping a positive mindset is also a very important factor in keeping up with, sports, work, school, and even, National Honor Society and hoping to hit that 1 million today.
Awesome. So, Haley, being inducted into the National Honor Society is a massive accomplishment as it is. Can you explain what it means to not only be inducted, but to be entrusted by your peers to be the secretary?
Being elected as secretary really helped me grow in my own confidence that my opinions and thoughts are valid because other people see him as trustworthy. So it really just helped me feel more comfortable in what I was saying and what I was doing for others. And it was also really nice just to be appreciated not only academically, but also for my leadership because you don't always see that being recognized as much.
It's very true. And then lastly, Tamara. The majority of volunteer work at NHS is spent fundraising for Make-A-Wish. What was your favorite fundraising activity this year, and how did you go about setting everything up for it?
So my favorite's probably relatively simple. For one, I was able to submit a check in memory of my grandfather, which was really cool for my family. Another, we just had to go to Soma's Pizza, and they were so generous that if you ordered food from there, they gave us some money. So that was awesome.
I did the Soma's one. Great pizza. Great chicken parm sandwich also. I got that too. Lastly, everyone, let's get a holiday question here. What's your favorite holiday carol?
I'd go Little Drummer Boy for sure.
Solid, Cam.
I would have to say Last Christmas.
Jingle bells.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
There's just 4 solid choices. I feel like I don't know. I feel like one of mine is up there too. So, I don't know. Little Drummer Boy's a solid one. Little Drummer Boy's a very solid one. Cam. Wait. Thank you for joining us on our telethon today. At this time, Cam, would you like to announce the winner of our 11th period competition?
Sure. So the winner of our 11th period competition is Mr. Miller's class. So Mr. Miller's class, you will receive an educational field trip of your choice. Congratulations. Now let's send it over to Julie with our final guests, Nate Morrill, Jake Pedley, and Nick Barclay.
Thanks, Cam. I'm now joined by our high school film crew. So, guys, how are you guys doing today?
Pretty good.
Pretty good, thanks. Jake, this year NHS partnered with student government to host the annual Proud of Puff football game. What was it like filming girls playing flag football?
It was really cool. It was nice to see how seriously everyone took it and how proper everything was. Everyone really had a good time and enjoyed what they were doing out there.
Yeah, it was really fun. Nate, what was the biggest obstacle you had to overcome while editing the high school highlight video?
I'd say the biggest obstacle was learning the new app, the new editing app, Avid. Last year with COVID and everything, we weren't in school a lot, and last year for TV1 I had Mr. Lavaris, and he still set us up great for Mr. Burat's class this year, but it was a challenge to learn the computers, get all that stuff done, so we could perform these Make-A-Wish videos and come out as good as they did.
I can agree that Avid app is very hard to do, and since you guys were in COVID, you guys didn't really get to use it, so I agree with that one. Nick, how was it filming the annual Make-A-Wish dinner in November?
It was great. It was nice to see all the NHS members come together and get ready for the telethon, and it was nice to hear what the Make-A-Wish representative had to say about what the telethon that we do has done for them.
Yeah. Thanks for coming in today, guys. Now let's check out some of your high school highlights you filmed.
Hi, I'm Nick Barclay.
I'm Jacob Pedley.
I'm Tyler Urick.
I'm Tyler Strikengas.
I'm Lucas Pittman.
I'm Nathan Morrill.
I'm Zach Miller, and we filmed and edited the fundraisers for the Make-A-Wish Telethon.
As we approach the end of our 21st annual Make-A-Wish Telethon, I'd like to thank all of our guests who came out to be interviewed and all of those who have donated. Without your generosity, this amazing event would not have been possible. I'm honored and blessed to be a part of this year's telethon, especially after not experiencing one my junior year. As Jade mentioned earlier, our total at the beginning of the day was $958,000. This puts us $42,000 away from reaching $1 million over the last 21 years. The NHS officers are currently adding up the totals, and in a few minutes we will find out the grand total.
I want to again thank Make-A-Wish, the Make-A-Wish Foundation, for giving me a day I will never forget. A massive thank you is in order for Mr. Burat for setting this all up and helping everyone to make this show go smoothly. It would truly be an honor to be part of the telethon that puts us over the $1 million mark. We're now going to take this time to announce the total that the high school raised. The total is, and can we get a drum roll, please? $21,490.55.
The High School and National Honor Society have done such an awesome job with everything leading up to today. I'd also like to give a huge shout out and thank you to all of our TV2 and 3 production students in the control room and on the floor that were not on screen today. Also, a very special thank you to our lead floor director, Julia Chapkis, and student producer, Matthew Diss. The telethon would truly not be able to happen without all of your hard work and dedication over the weeks leading up to today. Let's give them all a round of applause. Now, for the moment that everybody has been waiting for, we are going to announce the grand total for the 2021 Make-A-Wish Telethon. Can we get a drum roll, please? The grand total for the 2021 Make-A-Wish Telethon is $73,038.37.
Wow, this is an amazing accomplishment. Thank you to everyone who helped us reach this milestone. Every year, the student body has worked very hard to contribute to this organization that benefits many families worldwide. Now, without further ado, it's time to announce the total. Ladies and gentlemen, a grand total of $73,038.73. Placed our total since 1999 at $1,031,081.13. Today marks history for the Plumber community as the telethon has reached over $1 million. Thank you everyone for tuning in, whether it's for a few minutes or a few hours. I would also like to thank all the people behind the scenes, especially the one, the only Mr. Burat, who made this event possible today. The Make-A-Wish Telethon is an experience I will never forget.
Wow, this amazing and long day have finally come to an end. Another huge thank you to people from all around who donated to this amazing charity. Without you, we wouldn't have accomplished this amazing milestone. Being a part of this event was beyond amazing. Thanks to the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Burat, for having yet again another successful telethon. We cannot do it without you. And for the last time, I would like to send it over to my fellow hosts for the last interview of the 2021 Make-A-Wish Telethon with the man behind it all, Mr. Rick Burat.
We are now coming to the end of the 2021 Make-A-Wish Telethon. It's my pleasure to introduce Plum Television production teacher, Mr. Rick Burat. What are your initial thoughts from today?
Mike, just absolutely speechless. Never thought in all the years that we would ever raise, in the 70s or 80,000s, let alone a 21-year total of over $1 million. Just insane that the generosity, not only of the student body and all the teachers here in the district, but the community of Plum, just flabbergasted.
Since we did not have a telethon last year, how much more important is this year's telethon to you, especially considering we have surpassed the $1 million goal?
No, I was just talking to Fran Bigley, and I'm like, at this time last year, I just kind of walked out to the car, and it's the first time I saw daylight on the last day of school before Christmas break, because we come in at 5 in the morning, I leave at 5, 6, 7 p.m. at night, and it's always dark, and there's no windows in the studio. So it's just really, I can't believe that You know, it didn't happen last year. There's so many issues with COVID, but, you know, it's nice that the returning seniors came back to help out and to, you know, raise $73,000 in a 21-year total over $1 million. It's just unbelievable.
How does it feel to watch months of planning and dedication come together for the final show today?
Well, as you know, Jade, we met in the middle of November and we started planning with the questions and figuring out the script with Matt Diss and Julia Chapkis, and they did an outstanding job along with Morgan Proskin, who was here as a floor director, and you guys as hosts. And so it was definitely a long process, and you know, and we had, you know, the days of practice which led up to this. So actually, Officer Tim Hanna was just here for the interview. He goes, Rick, I had no idea what went into the telethon. He goes, I knew that we'd show videos, you have interviews, but there are everyone seems to be doing something different. He goes, I had no idea, and I think that kind of sums it up.
Personally, what's your motivation to continue the telethon year after year? Countless hours are spent between television productions and NHS every year just to do it all over again. Why?
Well, this is it. This is the last year, McKaylee. No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean, it's obviously a learning experience for all the television production 2 and 3 students doing the videos, you guys working the cameras, the floor directors, the guys and girls in the back, the hosts, and, you know, it's a win-win for the Make-A-Wish children because they're the ones that receive the benefit of a wish coming true. And, you know, the Henry family was here, and any wishes come out of Plum since 1999 we've sponsored. So it's always important to give back. So.
How does it feel to raise money for such a great cause for an event that has now become a staple in all of the Plumboro community?
Yeah, honestly, Cam, I think if we would stop it, we'd have so much negative press. It is such a good feeling, and again, to always give back is really important, and you never know when something might happen that someone might need a wish. And, you know, the Henry family was a good example, and, you know, and you guys have friends that are classmates that are Make-A-Wish recipients, and that's really important. And, you know, we'll continue, as long as I'm here, we'll continue to do this.
Lastly, Mr. Burat, after spending over 2 decades working on telethons, what does it mean to finally hit $1 million?
Yeah, like I said, Cam, it's insane. Like, we started it, I can remember our first year. We had to do it in the auditorium. The TV room, it was the print shop supply room. We had to bring all the equipment up, and the teachers came into the auditorium. There's about 5 or 6 of them, and they were like, my gosh, 3.5 hours. You guys did great. I can't believe the production was flawless. You raised $57,000. They're like, I think you started a tradition. I'm like, wow, okay. You know, and here we are 21 years later, the 21st year, and we just raised $73,000. We're over $1 million. We've been going live for now. We started at 7 a.m. It's 3 p.m., over 8 hours. Like, we were here at 5 a.m. I'm sure you can't tell it on any of the students' faces, but, you know, we're going 10 hours strong here. So it's wonderful. It's really a good experience. And just talking to you guys right before we went on the air, and you know, you heard me say it before, like, if you were heavily involved in doing the show, like, how fast did the day go? Like, it's the fastest day of the school year. And if you didn't do a lot, you're like, oh gosh, this guy needs to stop talking because we ought to clean up and go home. So yeah, it's really great.
Thank you, Mr. Burat, for continuing this tradition and allowing me and everyone else to be a part of a landmark year. Now, do you have any closing remarks?
Oh, yes, Cam. I got obviously a ton of thank yous here, but on behalf of my television production students and the classes in the National Honor Society, I'd like to thank everyone involved in this year's 21st Annual Make-A-Wish Telethon. Obviously, I'd like to thank the school board and Dr. Highland for their continued support, and also the generosity from the community of Plum, because without them, our total, our 21-year total, which you'll hear over and over again, over $1 million, would not have been possible. I'd like to thank the Schmidt family, Nesbitt Lanes, the Knights of Columbus, the former Plum teachers for a huge donation, Toyota Spitzer for a even bigger donation, the Drapco family, the Myler family, the Chick Marston Memorial Fund, Mike Tardio from East Suburban Sports Medicine, Liza Lobig, Jake Chapla, the Hendry family, the Stepnick family, the Nichols family, the Andersons, Stewartsville Elementary in Norwin, and of course one of the last donations from Eddie Edwards Sr. and his family. Also, I'd like to thank some of our special guests, Chris Mahler and Paul Zeiss from 93.7 The Fan, Greg Brown, the Pirates play-by-play announcer, Bill Hillgrove, the Steelers play-by-play announcer, Mike Clark from WTAE, Rich Walls from KDKA, Paul Zeiss from Pittsburgh Hockey Now. Really appreciate you guys coming. Also, huge thanks and great job to the other buildings in the district. I mean, this $73,000 total would not have been possible. $30,000 came from all the other buildings in the district, starting with Center Elementary School with building rep and principal Maria Fite, Pivot Elementary School with building principal Mike Gottner and my wife Jen Burat, Holiday Park Middle School, or if you say elementary school, with building rep Mandy Anderson, who was interviewed a little bit earlier, and O'Block Junior High School with building rep Caitlin Schukert and Joe Miller. They deserve a round of applause for their organizational efforts. A special thanks goes to the high school student body for their support during our 11th period competition, and also everyone that helped out from the National Honor Society and my television production classes. Without the organizational efforts of the National Honor Society, the high school total, which was just over $21,000, would not have been possible. A round of applause, please. Special thanks goes to my co-sponsor, Matt Magnuson, who was interviewed a little bit earlier. Obviously, my wife, Jen Burat, and our 3 kids, Zachary, Emily, and Parker. They have a ton of support. They give me a ton of support at home. Also, our NHS Executive Board, led by Cameron Moss, Alexis DiNapoli, Haley Drapko, and Mara Marston did a great job. They deserve a round of applause also. Also, as we wrap it up here, and we will have our outtakes video come with the closing credits, but there are several students that went above and beyond over the last couple weeks, just putting in the amount of time and effort. The mayor, Plum High School, Matt Diss. Also, Julia Chapkis, Ashley Pastor, Tommy Marzina, Maddie Nisley, Shandon Walsh, Jake Bell, Dylan Mays, and Aaron Wolf in the back for running all the equipment. And Colin Golubuski, you guys did a great job. All the camera operators did a great job also here. The floor directors did a great job getting the guests down here. And I feel bad, there's someone I have to mention. We only had about 8 cancellations today. You would never know this, but we only had about 8 cancellations today. Between yesterday and today with COVID, this person having COVID, there were so many other people that were supposed to be here and we filled them in. And I feel bad. I feel like Jimmy Kimmel, who always brings out Matt Damon, he's always in the back, and Matt Damon has never been on, and that has been Sam Pine. We had Sam Pine on cue 3 times today, and he never got on. Sam, come here real quick, please. Now, Sam, come on in. Listen, I want to bring you on here because I feel bad. We were ready to go. He was willing. Sam is the hockey goaltender. It's a pleasure to have taught him this year. Sam, anything you want to add here before we close up this show?
This is hilarious to have me out, so I appreciate that a ton. It's been so much fun doing all this, so thank you.
No, absolutely. I had to give Sam Pine credit because we put everyone else in, and Sam's like, I'll go in. We'll talk about hockey. I'm like, okay. And then, Matt Diss will say 2 minutes later, nope, we got someone else. Sam's good. They're coming. And then,
I only cried 3 times today.
Sam only cried 3 times today, so that was good. But, no, Sam, I appreciate the flexibility today. Thank you very much. So stay right here. And, hey, this is the ending. So December 23rd, 2021 is a historic day for the Plum Borough School District. This is the day that we raised $73,000 in association with the community, which put our 21-year total over $1 million. I mean, let that sink in. That's just truly amazing. I hope everyone has a happy and safe holiday.
your favorite holiday cookie?
A Christmas cookie.
Hi, I'm here at Pivot Elementary with Sloan. What day is it today, Sloan?
Hat day.
I like it. Oh. My name's Alyssa, and I'm at Pivot Elementary here with nope.
Mia, what's your favorite holiday cookie?
M&M.
What's your favorite holiday cookie?
Sugar cookies.